as much as it's the same.
As much as is the same. It's equal.
Teacher, I like forest as much as you.
Okay. Yeah.
ป่ากับคน
I mean she like ป่าเดียวกัน
That's wrong.
Okay. Look on page. Let's see. Yeah, page 10. Look on page 10. Page 10. And where it says practice, you see pictures. You see pictures, and then by each set of pictures is a sentence. Okay? The first one, number 1, I will do for you. Sally, now look, the picture on the left, she looks happy. The picture on the right, she looks unhappy. So, Sally enjoys cooking more than washing dishes. Make sense? Yeah. Now, look at the second one. Alfredo is, in one picture, he's reading and listening to music. And in the other picture, he is playing a guitar. Now, finish the sentence for me. Alfredo loves listening to music. We have a disagreement. Some say as much as, some say more than, and some say less than. Is he in both pictures? Is he happy? Or is he unhappy? Is he happy to the same degree? So then we would say as much as. He enjoys listening to music as much as playing music. Okay? The same. Number 3. In one picture, Pam is working. In the other picture, Pam is going to school. So, read the sentence and then fill in the blank. Who would like to read the sentence for me? Okay, Toy?
Likes working less than going to school.
Okay, because her picture shows that she's unhappy. So Pam likes working less than going to school. Very good. Now, Marta.
Painting more than jogging.
Okay, very good. You did extremely well. Everybody got all of them correct. You're so good. You are so good. So, do you feel like you can use those comparisons in lots of different ways? You can be shorter than, you can be taller than, you can enjoy shopping as much as cooking, more than, less than, as much as. We use those phrases when we're making comparisons. One person to another person, one action to another action. Okay, now, we're going to work a little bit more on verbs. Yesterday, we talked about present tense, and future. And I said yesterday, I want to be careful not to confuse you, you know, but really there are more than just 3 tenses. Because when we're speaking or writing, we need to show if we're doing 2 things at the same time, which one happened before the other. Sometimes when we're speaking or writing, we might be talking about how in the future we have already completed something. We've already done something. So those tenses are in addition to these 3. And the one we want to work on today, and it's not so important that we learn the name of the tense, but that we feel comfortable using it in speech and in writing. But we're going to, I'm over on page 20 now. Page 20. Okay? Page 20. We're going to look at a tense called present perfect, which means that it's something that has happened in the past, but it's still, we're continuing it. So this morning I have been teaching, right? I have been teaching, which means that I'm teaching right now, but in the past I was also teaching. And it's all the same. I started teaching, and when I was teaching an hour ago, that was in the past, wasn't it? But I'm still teaching. So it's both past and present at the same time. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
I have been teaching. You have been learning. We all have been thinking. That's called present perfect, which is another way of saying that the action occurs both in the past and it's also occurring in the present. Now I want to make sure that we comprehend the idea. We're combining present and past at the same time in this particular tense. So we're going to use some examples to make sure we get this right. And on this page, I'll write the ones that you want me to, but you know how with regular verbs, the present is for the verb live, the past would be lived, and then the future would be will live. Present, study. Past, and the other one we're going to use is work. Now there are, these we call regular verbs. In other words, the way we change from the present tense to the past tense, all we have to do is just add a D to it, and it becomes past tense. In this one we substitute an I for a Y, you know. We call those regular verbs because we change them from one tense to another using a regular rule. But we also have in English what we call irregular verbs because the way we write the past tense is different than we normally would. So let me show you how that would work. Present is be. But if we wanted to make that past, we would not say beed. We say been. The verb have. We would not say halved, we say had. No, we would not say knowed. No, we would say no. Okay? We call these irregular verbs because the way we change one tense to another doesn't follow any special rule. You just have to remember it. You just have to know it. Now, same thing. Speak.
Speak, spoke.
We would not say speak. We would say spoke. Spoken. And teach. Yeah, teach. Taught. Irregular verbs. Now, if I want to explain that I'm doing something, I have done something in the past, and I'm still doing it, I would use the present perfect tense. So I would say,